he's not already.
No.
I just hit record. I'm Reverend Spaceman.
Yeah.
Just leave. This is
And this is the Pasty
I'm
Pale
gonna do
After
what
Dark.
you need to do.
This is how we're
Pale
This is rambling.
This is just the kind of one where we just like let the
Yeah, exactly.
thing record
Till
until we
someone
just
passes
get
out.
sick of each
It
other.
doesn't take too long.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
So,
Pretty much. Last time we
Where
got
we
on
say
top.
like really racist.
Okay, yeah, Jake, go
About
ahead and
Jake.
take your piss.
I hate gingers.
We get on. This is how we get on TMZ and become
Yeah.
more famous than we are.
Yeah, bro. Gotta have.
Yeah. So I mean,
I know I do.
pretty sure we all hate our jobs.
I'm just kidding. Of course.
I certainly do.
Hated every job I've ever had.
Everyone hates every job they've had to some degree, but like the one I've got now is worse than it is worse than that grocery store I worked
commercial
at.
Chain store that we both
What's the
worked
name?
at.
What's the name of that again?
Chad's.
It is called yes, Chad's, and now I'm working
Yeah,
at a
something
gas
like that.
station called Marsupial.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
worked at a gas station.
Got some of the
Does that
best.
appealing?
Yeah.
Some of the best freezies at Marsupials, I will say.
Yeah, the customer seems happy. That is a sweet.
I do get those
that
free.
is
That's
one-
at least
there are
one.
no like perks at my current job, a retail chain.
I'm back.
There are no little perks like that at all.
What all hateful comments and potentially racist remarks have I missed?
Oh,
Yeah.
you actually still
It is
wanted
a-
to come in the room.
At Marsupial, where Richard
Oh,
serves,
yeah.
serves
Like,
gas
all-
Yes.
at retail prices, he gets freezy things. That's like
Yeah.
a perk of his for free.
But he has to pump. He has to pump the customer's gas.
Really?
So it was,
Thankfully, I don't. Yeah, I currently live in, although not for much longer, hopefully, this bustling metropolis
I
of
think you can-
Murder Beach.
you can say where you live.
Yeah, I live in Myrtle Beach. It sucks here. I mean, we just got out of what's called Bike Week. I won't say the full name of it, but Bike Week was just awful. Like, and my aunt works at Marsupial with me, and she found condoms in the trash in the bathroom.
They don't even-
Yeah. And they did this thing this
That's a
year
good thing.
in the city called the
Don't have to clean up. bro.
traffic. They did this thing they called the
not-
traffic
not the
loop.
janitor, so we don't really have a janitor.
Yeah, being a janitor is part
We
of
have,
the
like,
job
series
at
of
where
people
I
who
work.
just like mop
But
occasionally.
There is a gender where I work.
Where do you work, Jake?
yeah,
Generic retail store.
Yeah, I
is
remember
what
it.
I refer to it as.
Yeah.
Overall, I'll admit it's not horrible. Most people I work with are pretty cool people. We oftentimes talk about like Game of Thrones, comics, and movies and
Yeah.
whatnot. But the job itself, yes.
I remember when I worked
Yeah,
there,
that's
we
probably
stopped
one of the
working
best
for like
days.
15 minutes to talk about Dragon Ball Z.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the positives. But the main thing is, it's kind of a pain in the ass, like working any kind of retail job, having to clean up after people, because they have like no regard for.
Especially people's kids.
Yeah. Oh my God.
People don't watch their children.
They.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been
just-
asked at one of
Yeah, just
my
imagine that in a
retail
gas
jobs
station.
to watch another person's kids while they went to another area of the store to get something.
Yeah.
Great parenting right there.
Did
For all
you?
you know,
But did
I
you?
could be a child molester. I mean, I was kind of busy with other things, but I was sort of forced to keep an eye on the kid.
Did they tip you?
No, there was no, probably not even a, there may have been a
Yeah.
thank you, possibly, probably not, but just like, for all you know, I could just run off with your kid. I don't even work here.
Yeah, you could have like rope or
Like chainsaws.
Yeah.
In the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
Zip ties
No,
and hammers.
What terrible parenting.
Yeah.
In a secret part.
Yeah, I experienced that a lot at my generic retail job, where basically as soon as the parents walk in, they're kind of like, all right, I'm going to do my shopping. Run free, children! And then they just,
Kids
they're,
will take stuff.
yeah, they're running around playing tag
throw
or
it
hide and go
around,
seek,
break
and
stuff.
it's like, do you realize how easily abductable your children are? I'm somewhat tempted just to, like, prove a point. Like, just kind of, like, not actually kidnap them, but, like, kind of take them aside and be like, hey, let's play a prank on your parent. Stay over there, don't be seen.
Kidnapping.
Let's get that trending.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be trending.
But
It means,
basically,
like, teaching. It's like a teachable moment.
but yeah, like,
for
see
kids.
how long it takes for the parent to realize, oh, holy shit, I've actually lost my child, and see how they react. Because there have been times where the
Probably
parents are
wouldn't
just kind of
care.
like,
Because
oh.
those are the type of parents that just
You-
don't care.
they're
Whatever.
they're
I'll
off
buy another
shopping.
one.
They're probably half an hour, like, doing whatever they are until they're like, huh, it's kind of quiet. What happened to the child?
See, I would kill to be back when. I would kill to be in a job
Well, I
where
mean,
that was the worst
yeah.
thing I had to worry about. I mean, you've got a point. I mean, it is shitty, but like from working at Marsupials, it's just been like, it's been a disaster. I mean, it doesn't help that our boss
Yeah.
manager is like a complete bitch. Like she seemed nice really before she hired me, and she even like she was like making friends with me and my aunt, and then once we started working there, it just kind of slowly degraded into just crazy shit, stupid shit. Like they're obsessed with the cooler at this place.
Never go
You've
in.
been to a gas station, they've got like the cooler doors where all the drinks are. No, yeah. But I mean, like, they're obsessed with that. Like, if it doesn't look just to their liking, they will just verbally assault you about it. And it just happened to my aunt, and I'm waiting for it to happen to me.
Somebody I used to work with had worked
But
at
then
a gas
there's-
station
What?
previously, and they kind of said the same thing, like about the cooler. It's not a gas station thing, but
I mean, it was kind of the same way at the it was kind of the same way at the liquor store I worked before, but like this is like a psychotic obsession.
Maybe it's because they murder people in the cooler, and so they have to keep it clean. Otherwise, they're gonna get caught for
They do
murder.
Yeah, for murdering people. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so-
they do call it Murder
Unless you're
Beach for a
professional
reason.
athlete, you can't get away with that.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the thing is, they don't keep the cooler clean or organized in any way that's convenient for people who actually have to work back there.
People have to
And
work
like for the at the very end, you've got the. No, yeah, of course. But like at the very end of the cooler, there's the beer, and there's always this pile of beer boxes, and it just blocks off the first section, so you can't even get to that to work on it without moving like
Yeah.
10 full boxes of beer, and I'm not gonna do that shit. And then of course I'm short, as you all may remember. So
Secrets
I
out.
can't really reach the top. I can't really reach the top shelf of the cooler from the back, and even with the step ladder that we've got back there, which I refuse to use because that thing is gonna fucking break any minute. But even with that, I cannot reach the top shelf, so I just don't do it. And I've kind of just gotten to the point where I just don't even do the cooler. I'll just like be in the back of the cooler when the manager shows up in the morning, so she thinks I've been doing it. Otherwise, I just kind of look at it and like, yeah, that's cooler.
Well, if it's cooler,
It's
is it the
keeping
brother
things
freezer?
cool.
Your freezer.
Yeah. All right.
We do have a freezer, so
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
unemployed, so this podcast is my only job. And I guess if we're complaining, I kind of hate you guys, but
Fair enough.
no, I'm in the car business, so
yeah, I
I don't
can
have
see
to
that.
deal with customers like you all
You-
on a daily basis. I do get some of it, but I do feel your all's pain on the few instances I do have to deal with them. They are terrible.
Yes.
Sounds
Yes.
Pretty much all the times you
That
talk about
sounds so
your
blissful.
job,
It's-
it's just like,
I will say pretty
I wish
much
I could
what
just
like
deal
about
with
my
the
current
few
job is I don't have
instances.
to deal with customers as much. I still do, but not nearly.
It's
as
mainly
much as I have in
mainly
the
with my
past.
job. It's basically the
Yeah.
managers
Yeah.
that we that suck.
current
It's not like the
situation.
actual job and the work. Like I'll get to
Yeah.
chill in a car and listen to music and
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
throw a ball around and kind of
Yeah.
do whatever. But
Yeah. That sounds great. I mean, I've kind of
Yeah, we're
started
supposed to
doing
be
that at
working
my
too,
job,
but-
even though I'm supposed to be
Well, again,
working.
like, you know,
Because
Richard,
I
you can
work
attest to
graveyard
this.
shift.
Yeah, there were times when we were supposed to be working, but when
Like-
something like when collectively we all started talking about Dragon Ball Z, it's just kind of like, who cares about
Stop what
who
you're
cares
doing,
about
because
stocking the floor?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Dragon Ball
It
Z.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, and again, that's happened before. Like, there's one
Yeah.
time, like me and some coworkers, like, had a pretty lengthy, like, a good hour-long conversation. We were talking about like Lord of the Rings and like Star Wars and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Just like there were like 4 or 5 of us. We were supposed to be, I forgot what we were doing. I think we were stalking or something.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That
You were-
we,
What you were
uh,
doing was
taking
jaking off.
Yeah, let's just get all these trending. But like it started off
Yeah.
just like
Yeah,
being another
hashtag that.
coworker. I
Get
think it's
that
like
trending.
after one of the Hobbit movies came out, maybe, and we were talking about it, and then someone else was like, "Oh, you're talking about the Hobbit movie?" We're like, "Yeah." And we were talking about like Lord of the Rings. Then like a few other people chimed in, and then like for a good hour, and finally we were like, "We should probably actually start doing stuff. People might get a little suspicious."
Where when we'll have podcast meetings at Jake's.
I don't see the reason to do
Yeah,
that.
and
yeah,
distract
We
him.
have come in there and have
Um,
business meetings.
yeah.
The whole business.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of a thing me and Dave would do, is just
Bring some
go to
sandwiches,
where Jake was
beers,
working and bother him.
business discussion. No, not you
Beer
brought
salt.
beer salt
Don't you-
because
Don't
you're
I'm bringing beer salt. I'm gonna bring you all some. I'm bringing you all some beer salt, and it
I
comes
will
with the
not
beer salt.
slightly
just-
Cozy.
Get
I
that.
will throw it back in
I'm
your
gonna-
face.
Yeah. I'll throw it in your eyes.
I mean, that's just more.
Yeah.
That's just more beer salt for me. It doesn't work quite like it doesn't work
Yeah.
quite like it did at
The
Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z. That's
That's
the
what-
name of the place. Because I don't want to drop any official places of names, but you basically just use it
Right, but
to
it
kind of
doesn't mean
line
it's
the
your
rim of
flavor.
your
The Dragon
beer,
doesn't
so it
exist
gets a little
anymore, by the
flavor to
way.
it.
Yeah.
It
No, it's
okay. Well, I can
whole
say
new
that then.
management and
Yeah.
name.
I don't like it
Seems
as much.
dumb.
What's
I
it
don't know if
called?
I'm gonna even go
Bourbon
there.
on Main, I think.
Huh.
But
Well, yeah,
let's-
customers. I haven't
yeah,
even
let's
talked
start
about the
with you first.
customers.
They're the worst.
It is a cesspool down here. I mean,
So much.
Really?
I miss rednecks.
Never.
Yes, I miss the rednecks. 'Cause we'll get a few even the rednecks down here are just so much worse because they're just like
Yeah.
they're more hateful kind of rednecks than the more laid back kinds that I had up there. And then we'll get the gangstas who are usually high as shit, and they'll come in there and try to they'll be wanting to buy cigars, and they just mumble. It's like I have to just look at them and kind of wait until they realize I don't know what they're saying, because I'll say I'm sorry, what's that? Can you say that again? I just look at them until they
Yeah.
realize, oh, enunciate. Yeah. No, they know the difference. These people are very, very specific about their
Well,
tobacco
at
that
least
they
they're- at least
use
they're
to
good with
smoke weed.
that, because most of the customers I deal with are just complete morons. Like, if I had $1 for every time someone asked me, like, where, like, a certain item is, when it's right there in front of their face, like, I kid you not, right in front of their face, they're kind of like, yeah, do you have this and this size? I'm like, right there.
We'll get that all the time at my previous job.
Which is even
where there are
Yeah.
signs up above.
yeah, there are
the
signs.
aisles
There are signs.
that says the items that are in that aisle, and nobody ever looks at that.
No. Like I work in
Can't
a
look
shoe
up.
department in the generic retail store that I work. I've even had someone like I'll be standing pretty much next to the department and they're like, "Where's the shoe department?" Right there. Right there. Where you see all these like fixtures with shoes on them, and there is a sign that's like shoe department right there. And then I've had people like essentially go out of their way, like, you know, I'll be doing my thing like over my department, and someone will like, because the men's department is like right across the aisle with the fitting rooms, and they'll be like, "Yeah, do I need your permission to go in the fitting room?" It's like, do you need me to hold your hand while you're in there? No, go, get out of my face.
It's just the general laziness of people.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to look for anything themselves.
Well,
They
I've
don't
had
have
to
do
I've had
anything
to take
themselves.
people.
Yeah.
I've had to unlock their car in front of their faces, help them find where their car is, because we put stickers on the car when they rent a car out. Say it's A3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, could you tell me where this car is?
Mhm.
I'll look at the sticker. A3. Can you open it up? Put their luggage in there.
Like, shouldn't you know how to do that if you're?
I did everything.
driving?
I did everything but start the car, and it was
Yeah.
right in front of their face the whole time. It's just
I think that's
Just
where
the
I draw
laziness,
line.
yeah, the
they're like,
laziness.
Can you start this
Oh,
for
yeah,
me?
people don't want
I don't want to do anything.
I would throw the keys at their face and be like,
to.
Oh,
These
people-
are also the
people have done that before.
Well, see,
never had
I
a
haven't yet,
job
but-
or retail job or-
See, laziness here isn't so much a problem with the customers as it is management. But one thing, I'll take the lazy customers any day
I
over
must-
fucking lottery customers. Oh my god, these are the worst.
I'd
These
say
are
so.
the absolute lowest of human beings. Cause they will like, and they're persistent. Like they'll buy a scratch off ticket, and then they will stay in the store with their scratch off, and if they win,
Yeah.
they'll want it. They'll just use it to get another ticket. If they lose, they'll buy another ticket, and they'll just stay in the store
Here's my
for
child
hours, just existing there and taking up space.
There goes
And then-
my
and
child
then-
support.
And then what?
It's not. It wasn't even that funny the first time.
Yeah.
It's when you put it in there, you're like,
I want you to repeat it 3 more times.
Yes.
we can have dead air.
Say it again.
Say it.
Say it
Just say
again, Dave.
Hey.
Okay, that was just a very. We'll just count that as a delayed laugh, but no, yeah. Some of them will have children. Like this one woman just hung out in the store with her not even her child. She said it was like her friends in a
My
stroller,
friend's kid.
just scratching off tickets for like an
I'm supposed
hour.
to be watching
Just
you.
holding it for a friend.
Yeah, my friend, I'm watching my friend's kid. And then you'll have the
Yeah.
ones that actually win like Powerball, Mega Millions, and those lotteries, and they will. If the ones that win,
Yeah.
they'll usually just take their money and go. But the ones that come in there with
Yeah.
like, how you fill out the sheet, it almost looks like standardized test, answer sheet for Lotto. They'll have like, I've had people come in with like 15 of those that they want me to scan and get a
Yeah.
ticket for it. And that takes so much time.
Always.
Yeah.
And there's usually people behind them waiting in line.
I think that's one thing that I hate the
Yeah.
most about where I
Hate
work
lines.
is
Anything where a line forms, I'm responsible for
Yeah.
dissipating the line.
that's why I hate working
Yeah.
up at the registers, because first off, I am a very introverted
Yeah.
person. I don't like people. I hate
Yes.
with a burning passion small talk. I'm just kind of like, hey, how are you doing? It's just like.
Yep.
Obviously, it's like you got to initiate small talk in some way.
You gotta
I'm
try.
not saying you have to engage in a philosophical debate or something.
I prefer that. I
Yeah.
get right down to it.
Yeah. I actually would prefer that, but I
where
just
do we come from?
Yeah.
What is the meaning?
like
What are we
I-
doing?
I just
here?
hate it so much plastering
I'm
on
just
that
trying to
fake
get a burger.
smile. I don't want to be up there and
Yeah,
have to
what
plaster
does
on
that mean?
that fake smile where it's kind of like,
Yeah.
how are you doing today? How have
Yeah, I
you
can't-
screwed us
I
over
can't do it.
today? How much?
I don't even
I've
make-
actually,
I don't even make eye contact
usually
with them
when,
anymore.
especially when I'm going on my break or when I'm leaving to clock out. I make because I've noticed this with customers.
It's the worst thing when you're going
If
on
you
breaks.
if
If
you
you've already
make
clocked
even-
out, and then they,
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
they want help with
Like,
something.
Sir, sir.
I'll see
It's gonna
people in my
take you your
peripheral
entire
vision,
break.
kind of standing on the sidelines, waiting to flag me down. I'm like, don't make eye contact. But if you even catch a glimpse of the corner of their eye, they're like, aha, they noticed me, sir. It's like in the old Pokemon games where if you make eye contact, you're in that
Yeah,
battle
you're
to
done.
the end. And you have to be in the so a lot of times I walk really fast and I just
Yeah.
keep looking
Oh, yes.
forward, and I'm like, don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me.
Eye on the prize.
Yeah, just get your phone out or
Yeah.
something. Just pretend like you're talking.
It seems like it always
Let
happens.
them know that you're on.
That's how it is
Yeah.
walking to class, like in college. If you
Mhm.
see people out that you don't want to talk to,
Yeah.
I've done where I'm acting like I'm
Yeah.
talking on the phone and just giving a little wave
Yeah.
instead of stopping and making
Yeah.
small talk like you
Yeah.
were saying for 5 minutes to make me late.
I've done that at the mall with those kiosks
Yeah.
that get you to do the electric massage thing.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, I can't
Those
use
people are
electricity
those
anymore.
people are
Another
persistent.
thing I hate too is like we have to like try and get people to sign up for like rewards
Seems really
cards
dumb.
and.
We have to sell people rude cups,
Okay, gotcha.
marsupial cups that get you like cheap refills. Yeah.
And they're always like, I'm just getting
I
nice. I
almost
didn't
slipped
pay
up
for
there.
anything. I'm just getting nice.
Like because like I hate trying to solicit stuff to
you have
people.
to pay for us.
Like and the few times that I
Especially
do,
stuff that I wouldn't buy myself.
the few times that I do like actually get someone to sign up for like a card or something, I have to genuinely not act surprised. Like, and I'm like, oh, you want to sign up for blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, what?
Really?
It's like, oh, should I not sign up for this? It's like, no, please. This gives me
Really?
extra money on my
No, you
paycheck.
should.
This is
Yeah, please do.
This is a scam, but please do
I
it.
hate that. And then again, like some people, I don't mind. Like if it's just like a quick little answer, I can give them. It's like, do you have any more of these? I do not. They're like, all right, cool. But then there's sometimes where I just know they're gonna take forever. Like some of the elderly people, they want to like essentially walk you around the entire store and be like, yeah, I think that would look really good. Do you think that would look good? It's like, that would look great. Please let me leave. I want to go home. I want to go on lunch break.
Because I don't know.
I've had old ladies come in the store and ask to pump their gas pump.
Then your first
This
your
isn't
answer is
50s anymore.
unleaded premium. Just name the gases and you just go out and do it. You don't even have to think about it or hesitate anymore.
Or like when people just really what?
I just don't. No, I'm not really nice to customers anymore, especially after Bike Week. That was, oh man, that did me. That
really?
made me a little racist, honestly. It was just
Be like, how long did it
worse.
take?
I won't go into that, but no, it's just Bike Week. All right, Bike Week was, it's an event here. Basically, a bunch of bikers come to Murder Beach and hang out for a week, and it gets really busy that weekend. And now, bikers are animals.
Ostriches.
They're not. I mean, sons of
Ferrets.
Yeah, all the above. They've been caught. They've been known to like just be shitting on the middle of the street. In any vacant lot they'll just piss and shit there. They'll fuck on their bikes. They'll fuck in the parking lot and strip in the parking lot. Fuck in the bathroom. Yeah. No,
Freedom
but
right
some
there.
of them did have white shoes.
Wear the kind of shoes you want. Defecate.
So needless to say, we were very busy, and for some reason, my manager, I'm just gonna
Great
call
name.
her Junie, thought that it was a great idea for me to work
Ouch.
Sunday night on Bike Week by myself. Yeah, imagine. I'll put it this way: I would rather work at either of your generic retail locations on Black Friday
That kind of
alone.
brings me to
Then
something
do
I've
that
been having a bit
again.
of an issue with here, especially the other day. So basically, our administrative assistant person who does all the scheduling is retiring, like in July. So basically, she does not give a shit. Yeah. And
I envy that.
like I get that, but at the same time, like everyone at this point, they're just like, I can't wait till she retires. I hate her so much. Because like the other night, like it's a Thursday, and Thursdays are kind of like that in between. They're not super busy usually, but they're also not really slow like a Monday or Tuesday. But basically, it was only me and two other people basically working the whole sales floor. Now, granted, it's a small store compared to others, but 3 people can't take care of an entire store, and there's only one manager, one person working the cash registers. And the person that was working, like, essentially working 3 departments, she's horrible. She is horrible. Like, I basically did all the work, and she just managed to, like, do one part of her task. And like everyone else was just kind of like, I don't want to be here. I hate her so much. I'm like, no, I'm right there with you. But you know, yeah, it was just horrible, and everyone's just getting frustrated. And they're kind of.
I always get the worst type of jobs.
And
I had to they cleaned the entire the back room, let's call it, underneath stairs and like dusting off air ducts and stuff that nobody looks at. As our one of the, let's just call him a corporate person who occasionally checks up to make sure the store is running okay, is God of the universe, and we have to go backwards and.
They're the famous.
Yeah.
Gene, is this your boss?
Yeah. It's called Gene.
Hello, Dave.
Whenever he comes, everybody just freaks out. I don't care.
Yeah.
Even if I'm there when he is there,
Yeah.
he or she, let's say, Gene could be a woman.
That is
Just
Well, yeah. When I worked there, I seemed to be
like,
the only one who didn't care about this person showing
every
up.
little
Also,
whim that he has to be satisfied. It's just like it doesn't matter
will,
because you're gonna say the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Because also a very frustrating thing there is like it's not even the same job from day to day. I don't even know, like they completely change the way we do things on a pretty much daily basis to stuff that makes even less sense than before.
Yeah, I think any kind of corporation, they have no clue what they're doing. They're just like little fibers. And
It's just trickle-down incompetence from people who've never done it before.
Yeah. Exactly.
At one of my old jobs, it was a summer job.
yeah.
I had to deliver the mail in the afternoons and stuff, and I drove the company truck to do it.
Mhm.
And I think they would always keep the lights on auto.
Yeah.
And I think I'd just turn them off one day.
Mhm.
So the next day, I get a lecture on how to keep the lights on auto for like 5 minutes and not to turn them off, to keep them on auto, because that's the way they're supposed to be, and that's the way you do it.
I
So
think that would have been enough there.
I was already quitting in like 2 weeks, but I made my I
think-
ended a week earlier just after. I was like, seriously, auto. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Auto
something that
for
would
a
happen
reason.
where I work.
Yeah.
I have a story about. Okay, yeah. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go away from you now. But yeah, I have a story kind of like that, and it's my aunt's story because she actually got me this job here. But she noticed on her schedule she was scheduled to come in the morning instead of her usual like afternoon to night shift.
Yeah.
And y'all hear me all right? Okay. I heard some weird like noises. I thought something might be breaking up, but yeah. Anyway, she thought she was on the morning shift one morning. She was like, "That's weird. I kind of didn't want to do mornings, but okay, whatever." So she shows up, and Junie just starts like going off on her about the goddamn cooler. She's just saying the fucking cooler is like. I guess it's their god or something. I don't know.
Otherwise, it gets angry
But,
and it kills stuff.
she's
That's God's work, Richard.
But there's only like 3 or 4 doors of it that are beer, and the rest is just like soda and Gatorade.
Electrolytes
And-
back up
yeah.
after all the beer.
Think of this
You
logically,
gotta
Richard.
rehydrate.
Ah.
But yeah, she was saying like that if someone on the second shift, which is the one that she usually works, doesn't start working the cooler, that she's gonna start cutting hours and she's gonna fire someone and
never
like
bothered. It's not
just-
like a threat to
that's
me.
just
'Cause I don't want
crazy,
to be
'cause-
there anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I need the money, but also I hate this job. So I
and
don't
your goods.
well, that's the thing. The person that she usually works with on second shift does need the hours, and she's actually desperate for more hours because she's got like
There's
a
always
kid to take care of and stuff.
uh,
So it's basically and like the thing about the cooler is it can't be done because I mean it's not. We're out of half the shit, and half the shit you can't find because it's buried under other shit. And you know what you just kind of do what you can find, and that's the best that you can do, and it's never good enough.
generic retail type
Right.
places.
these. Like, I mean, Richard, you can attest to this, but one of the. She's gone now, but the second yeah. The second in command manager, where we both worked at.
She who shall not be named.
Well, yeah, we'll refer to as that. Like, as a person, I had no problem with, but, like, as a manager, she'd give you these impossible tasks where it's like, I'd walk in, specifically, I remember I walked in one day, and I was just kind of like, okay, just get my shift over, whatever, get paid.
Get laid.
Exactly. And so she was kind of like, all right, I have a project for you. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That'll pass the time, it'll keep me busy. She's like, I want you to basically, go through basically half the department and essentially size and straighten every single shoebox. Which, granted, it's a small department, but it can't be done. She's like, 'cause I think it was only like a 4 or 5 hour shift too. This was when I was part time.
Realistic goals.
Yeah, but basically she's like, she was kind of like, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I wasn't trying to be too you're dumb, shut up. But I was kind of like,
should have said it just like that.
But I was kind of.
I would have told her she was dumb.
I was kind of more like,
dumb. Shut up. I'm not gonna do that.
I was kind of more like, I don't know if I can get all of it done. She's like, yeah, you can do it, and then she just kind of walks off and like. Okay.
No, I can't.
But the beauty, though, because at this time, the beauty of my department is I could get away with doing nothing. Because I remember, specifically at one point, there's a good month period where, most of the people, I was working usually later in the afternoon shifts or whatever. So basically, most people were getting essentially my work done for me, which was great. But I was just left to kind of do the basic menial tasks. And so there was a good period where I was kind of just doing nothing but sitting in the stockroom listening to music on my phone and YouTube videos.
Awesome.
Yeah. And apparently my sales in my department went up. So basically I remember coming out of the stockroom one day after watching videos on YouTube. I walk out, I'm like, okay, I have to make an appearance, let people know I'm actually here doing something, even if I'm just acting busy.
Make an appearance at work.
So I kind of walk out, and then 2 of the managers are heading my way, and I'm like, "Hey guys," not trying to be like, "Oh crap," hopefully they're not on to me. I was just kind of like, they don't suspect a thing. So I was just kind of like, "Hey guys," and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what you're doing over your department, but shoe sales are up. Keep it up." And I was like, "All right." And I went straight back into the stockroom and continued watching videos on YouTube. And
hashtag shaking off.
Exactly. So apparently,
my hero.
Yeah. Although one benefit though is it's gotten to the thank you audience. Since I've been there for a while, I can get away with saying stuff like I'm gonna murder customers and the managers.
Yeah, I think that's another thing with my job.
They just laugh. They're
get a lot
"You
of
crazy
leniency.
guy." Yeah. I've threatened to mutilate customers, chop their fingers off, and beat them to death with shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the managers is like.
I do mine with running them over with cars.
Nice.
And they just kind of laugh off, which is great because I feel like any other job they probably would have had me to move to a mental hospital. It's like that guy's crazy. He's gonna murder us all. Get him out of here.
They can't.
See, I think about
because again,
setting them on fire
it was a
with
pretty
the
laid back
gas
environment
that they're pumping.
Overall, oh yeah, most definitely.
It was.
I mean, I'm still.
It was
there
pretty
for
good
some
for a
reason.
first job
I guess
for
mostly
me.
because it's laid back and I can get away with taking 3-week vacations, and they're just like, all right, have fun. And at times I
don't
can
even get vacation.
Yeah.
At times,
or anything
at times I can do absolutely nothing, and apparently I'm still doing my job. So
There are no perks or really benefits.
it's mostly
My
just the
job
customers.
whatsoever.
The customers is what kills my job because they're horrible, stupid, ridiculously stupid people. There was a woman, a couple years ago. There was a woman. It was around
minor worse.
November, December. And that's our peak season. We're super busy, on a day-to-day
any
basis.
generic
Yeah.
retail store.
But this was one of the rare instances where we were actually going to get out on time. We got the store on lockdown, and there's towards the last
What's
half
that mean?
hour, we were like, all right, cool. There's nothing to do. Everything's great. The store looks awesome. And then someone over the radio was just like, oh well, there's still a customer in the store. And we're like, shit. because those are usually the ones that mess the things up the most. Like everything's great, and then they walk around, they just browse and buy like
6 kids running around.
and they end up buying like one thing. But so
Or don't buy
basically,
anything.
she's like, okay, you know, whatever. She still has half an hour to find stuff and leave. So it is now closing time, and we're like, anybody seen the woman
One less
leave?
call for alcohol.
And people are like, no, I never saw her. So basically, we have to spend the next half hour searching for this customer because we don't know what happened to him. Like we're like, hopefully you're not gonna like try and stay in the store and stuff. I don't know, like so basically. Yeah. So like again, we're already pissed off. Like we could have gone out on time. And so we're like, yeah, they should know that. So we end up finding this woman half an hour later. Apparently, she's basically passed out in the kids department on the floor, like face down on the floor, passed out. And so like we all gather over there. We're like, oh god, is she? What's going on here?
I guess she did get that last call.
So like the manager's like, okay, somebody call an ambulance just in case, like get them on standby. And so like the woman, like she kind of wakes up, and we're all gathered around there because we're like, is she alive? What's going on here? And she wakes up, she's kind of groggy, and she's like, I don't like that you're all gathered around. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, we thought you were maybe dead or passed out, and
Sorry.
Yeah, and so the manager's kind of like,
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Any help or anything? She's like, oh no, I just had problems at home. It's like, go, so just take a nap, at your leisure at the back of the kids department, and just, I don't care. She was clearly on something like. Yeah.
Well, that's when you say you don't have to go home, but you can't stay
clearly
here.
on drugs or intoxicated, maybe both.
No, definitely both.
But basically, we were just kind of like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like this woman is just like, I don't like that you're like all standing around me. You were passed out in the floor, lady.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like therapy being.
We're just gonna wait for you to wake up.
We're the ones inconveniencing you.
Yeah. And so like she finally leaves, and we're just like, oh my god. We're just like, I hate this place. And it's those moments where you're just
Well, I have the absolute trashiest of people just show up in the store in their swimwear.
Yeah.
The kind that you're really not excited to see at the pool or at the beach, so you definitely don't want to see it at your workplace. And of course, and I work the night shift, so of course I get hookers in there.
Yeah.
They don't say it, but they're definitely, you can tell.
The low class.
And they're not the pretty kind. They are the low class. I think I have actually seen Goldie, Dave.
Care to elaborate?
Assume you.
He knows exactly what we're referring to.
I think
Yeah,
we should leave it a
it's
mystery.
the one you're
I think
thinking
isn't
of.
that the hooker from Sin City?
From that. No, not that one too. But I was thinking that Jonathan Ames book he let me borrow.
That you lost. Yeah, I went to. Sin
Goldie
City.
from Sin City is like a classy hooker. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Jonathan
that kind
Ames
of
kind of
hookers.
hooker.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then we get people trying to buy boner pills, which we don't sell.
Boner pills, bro.
Not.
No, they say it in the most obscene way possible. They'll just get in really close and whisper to me, "Yo, man, you got some pills make my dick hard?"
So much better.
Yeah, I'm like, no, CVS is right over there.
Why buy them from a gas
Yeah.
station?
Oh, and we do of course sell condoms, but yeah, we sell condoms, but we keep them in a box behind the counter, so just to make it as awkward of an experience for everyone, they have to ask, and we have to bring them out and show them to them and say, which ones do you want?
Small, medium,
So
large.
Yeah, so we it's not. Yeah, so it's gone. It's not a transaction like it should be. It's a conversation.
Someone's getting lucky tonight.
You'd always have to make some little joke
Yeah.
to make it less awkward. Like,
Yeah.
There, you can't.
like, yeah, you
You
can.
can't. No.
I don't. I'm just like, oh,
Have a good
yeah.
night. I don't have to tell you.
take your pick. We got them. Here they are.
You could give them recommendations
Please get out
on
of here.
you know,
Please.
their love life. Be like, by the way, these are really good for this position. Make it even weirder. And
That's what I
hopefully,
like to do.
These are the best.
Yeah. and hopefully they'll get so weirded out they never come back.
They put the workers' favorites
Yeah.
up on the shelves. Richard.
That would. But see that. But see then was this one night me and my coworker. I'm gonna call him Frankie. I will explain it when we're off the air. But Dave, you were close. Anyways.
Well, he's not eating anymore.
It's the guy from
Yeah.
Mountain
He, me and Frankie were there, and just like these three guys came in, and one of them was like talking to me over to the side of the register, and two of them were talking to him, and they were just kind of blabbering. But the gist of what I got was, yo man, can you help me out? We don't really have the kind of money for it, but I got a nice bitch, and I just need some help with this shit. So can you hook me up? And I just kind of said, I can't give you free condoms. And then they just bought a scratch off and said like, all right, we'll try this. And yeah, and they did win a few bucks, I think, on it, but like we can't cash out scratch offs after 11. So yeah, so he was just like, all right, I won this. I'm just like,
All
we
your
can't
hopes and dreams are shattered.
do anything with that.
And your money. What little
Yeah,
money
you've
have.
wasted our time, you've wasted yours. Yeah, the little money you had, you probably could have used to buy cheaper condoms at CVS.
Yeah, this is a guess.
You wasted on a scratch off because you just didn't want to
Right.
walk. Yeah. And then there's all the cleaning we have to do, which we never get done. We're supposed to, in the course of 8 hours, while getting customers overnight, we're supposed to mop all the floors, clean both bathrooms, clean the grill with the hot dogs, go outside, change all the trash bags, and there are 10 pumps, and there's 20 pumps, and each two of them has a trash
that's
can.
totally
So
doable.
plus there's 3 in front of the store. So yeah, mop the floor, sweep the parking lot, and
It all comes
and
back
on
to
top
the
of that,
cooler.
of course, the cooler.
Cooler's revenge.
Oh, we got to completely break down the cappuccino machine. Yeah, I'm gonna get revenge on that cooler. And then we also have to completely break down the cappuccino machine and like thoroughly clean that and clean off all the nozzles on the soda fountains.
Fast food place.
And usually there's just one person there.
That was fun. I was taking apart the soda machine at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Closing was the worst there.
I feel like closing anywhere
Yeah.
where you work is horrible. That's really well.
We don't close. That's the thing that we're doing all the closing stuff and all the closing
Yeah.
time cleaning
But again, like
while we're still getting
regardless,
customers
like,
because we
wherever
don't
you're
close.
working,
It's
if you do have to close
24/7.
it down, especially retail. Good God, that's when you really start to get bitter and cynical.
Yeah. Except for the liquor store I worked was actually alright because it was pretty straightforward. Just
Retail,
close down the
man.
register
'Cause,
and
like
lock
before,
up.
like when I first started there, I worked the early morning shifts. Didn't really bother me, but then when I started, like, yeah,
That is the only thing in my current position now. I have to get up way too early, but at least I don't have to close.
yeah. And I keep going to like managers and stuff like that, being like, "Hey, it'd be
Yeah.
really great if I could not close all the time." And they'll like maybe fix it for like a week, where it's just like I don't close all the time, but then it's like back to closing like 90% of the time. And
Oh,
then I
yeah,
just-
they never respect your. Like, you change your bill.
You're not a real
Yeah.
human to them.
Change-
Oh yeah, let's have
You're
a
a slave.
conversation about
yeah.
You're slave. You're
yeah.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, I
They
don't
have
get.
a-
I don't get breaks either. Yeah. I mean, I work 8 hours and I don't get a
Jeez.
break. I don't get a lunch. I don't get a 15-minute break. I just kind of have to work.
Well, is it
Sometimes,
because you work
yeah.
overnight, though?
It's not a
Like,
legal requirement
A
here.
couple months when I worked overnight at one
Yeah.
of my jobs, like there was nobody else there. I had to clock out for the breaks and lunches, but I couldn't actually take them because there was nobody else there. There's make sure
Yeah.
you clock out even though you can't take a break.
Yeah, no,
Well,
here,
you know?
there's, like... Yeah, no, here, it's just... Because here's the thing, my mom works at a doctor's office, and she works some 12-hour shifts there, and does not get a break or lunch. So it's just the state of South Carolina.
Didn't realize that.
They don't have a law about it. You're not required to get a break.
I thought that was just
Lame.
like national.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've just started taking one anyways. I've even been known to just drop the mop in the middle of mopping the floor and just go sit
Yeah, I mean,
outside on the
there's
curb
like,
for about
no, I'm not
15,
gonna
20
take a break.
minutes.
I'm not gonna try that hard. Just gonna take my time and kind of lackadaisically put things up or whatever I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah. So one thing I've been kind of fantasizing about lately
Yes.
is my
Been there.
ideal.
I always gotta
Way to
lead with a
quit.
bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go last. I want to hear your all's thoughts. I feel like I actually just kind of organized this, and I'm sorry,
I've
but
had multiple ones, but I think I guess the
I want to hear
more
it.
realistic one that I do is I just like I know for a fact it's my last day. I just walk in and I'm just like people ask me like, "Oh, do you have any more of these?" Nah, I don't. And I'm just like really just very passive about everything, and it's like, "Can you check?" I mean, I could, but nah.
Just be a huge dick to people. Or
Yeah.
just be really laid back and just not care.
Yeah, like polite, like be a
That's how I
polite-
already am at my job.
Where they're just
Can't
kind
do
of like
that.
it's like
It's
I-
obvious that you'll even say like, I don't really care.
It's like I want to be mad at you, but you're really laid back right now, and it's
Mind
kind of
coming
hard
over
to.
there and whatever.
Well, I've-
Yeah, be super nice, but not
Yeah.
helpful at all.
Well, some because
It's like I'll go to a manager. It's like, all right, that's cool.
sometimes we'll have to.
Alright, whatever.
We don't have to wear like a uniform,
Yeah.
but sometimes we have like T-shirts and whatnot that,
Mhm.
that say our company on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I don't wear it. We don't have to, but like someone will be like, "Hey, you work here?" I'll just be like, make sure I'm not wearing my shirt and be like, "Oh no."
That is one
Let's
thing
go
that
down.
I do get a lot of that though. When granted we don't have a uniform either, but
That
we do have
sounds
a lanyard
great.
that has the name of the company and the name tag. And we have
Yeah, we have a
radios.
vest that we have to wear.
We have radios, so generally I'm wearing khakis, a dress shirt, or a casual dress shirt of some kind, a radio, and a name tag. People will be staring right at me and be like, "Do you work here?" Nah. I like to look the part, though. I actually mugged the guy who works, took his name tag and his radio, and decided
Actually
to
a
take his
spy.
shit for him.
Deep under.
Yeah, I work for
Like,
another retail store, and I'm getting info
I
to
don't
bring
work
this
here.
place down. That's another thing I'd love to do too in my last
Like, I
day.
go
When
around
someone
and
does
just
ask me
pull-
that, it's like, "You work here?" Sure don't.
Oh yeah,
How come you bring
it's a
name
good
tag?
feeling.
It's like, how come you ask such a dumb, ridiculous question? You know the answer.
I'm waiting for someone to ask me that when I'm behind the counter.
Like,
They haven't yet, but I'm waiting
What's
for
up?
it.
For people that work in
No.
the shoe department,
Yeah.
I'll be in my department with shoes in hand. Again, name tag, lanyards, and radio, and they're like, "Do you work in the shoe department?" No. I work in this. I only do bras and panties.
All right, I need some help.
It's like, you're attractive enough. All right.
That's when you score phone numbers.
No, it's just like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is
You
nice.
help
It's like,
me
all right,
measure?
finally, my time to shine.
sitting room and see that.
So Dave,
Right.
yeah, I want to
have
hear
quit
your
some jobs
ideal
before.
quitting
Not
scenario.
in any significant way. I just didn't show up, but
Yeah. The
sort
one
of.
at the fast food place
kind
was
of
kind of
worked out,
similar to
but,
mine, but you go on.
well, I guess for now, and
I
sort
mean,
of
the one I've
of
got
the other
planned,
ones
but-
where
Go.
I want to hack into the radio because the other thing about it is, which I can't believe we haven't touched on before, is just
Yeah.
how horrible. I don't see how anyone could like the stuff that they play.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes occasionally you'll get like a Chili Pepper song or Wallflowers
You
or
don't
Tom Petty or
We don't
like
even get that.
non-offensive rock. Well, I'm talking about the first job I had and the current
Oh,
one
yeah.
now. Which I think the first one was better as far as rig. Sometimes I hear Aerosmith or something. Anyway, we do have a way we can get like. I think you can get it to go to Pandora, but I found out recently that's actually connected to the phone system, which is what if somebody calls and they get put on hold, that's what they'll hear.
Yeah.
So I want to just hack in, or however to get that to just play some death metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lamb of God or whatever. Something with a lot of cursing and just a lot of screaming and obscenity. Well, we're super busy.
Start with like Angel of Death by Slayer.
Yeah.
Like just that opening.
Just to
riff.
get you in the mood.
And then like you got the opening riff just super fast. Then Angel of Death. People are like,
really, just the more obscene, the better.
Yeah.
As loud as I don't know if we can turn it up or not, but it seems like. It seems like it's already too loud.
As long as you get the
I feel
Frieza
like
song
that's
in
where it would
there.
start,
Oh yeah.
and then, I mean, I'd love to just start throwing stuff off shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving people peace of mind.
That'd be a good way to
taking stuff out of people's carts
go out
throwing
too.
it.
Because again, like I know where the room is, where they
It's
have.
violent.
All I got to do is just ask a manager for the keys. Surely one of the keys will be to that door. Just walk in there, hook up my iPod, and just because they'll probably know it's me. Because I complain about the music all the time. They're like, "Is that you?" It's just kind of like Metallica for the win. Or whatever I'm playing, like Slayer or whatever. Just something really heavy, like something where it sounds like demons are fighting. Like even if I don't like the band, just something really heavy and growly.
Yeah, just.
But yeah.
Yeah. I think the best way to accomplish that, in addition to metal,
I
would
don't
be with
support that at all.
really vulgar rap music.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, using it for
Just
like the
mainly
purposes
just
of
scare the
offending
old
people,
and children,
you know.
Play your Ice-T, your Body Count, NWA.
It's a body count
What would
there
be
for
cool
sure.
though if me or Dave did do this? Our coworkers would probably support and be like, "Yeah, the man."
And they would talk about you for years to
yeah,
come.
Not place probably. There's one who would maybe.
It would.
All right, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've decided.
Just set fire
Yeah.
to the place.
I've decided I'm gonna do the least amount of work possible.
Hell yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm just
or I'd
gonna
love to just be
kind of
nonchalant.
sit around and
Yeah.
Tell me to do something. It's my last day. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. You showed up today.
Yeah.
I got
Alright.
one more. This one is.
Y'all ready to hear mine?
There's a Buffalo Wild Wings down
Alright.
the road from where I work.
Getting way too specific.
I would
Yeah.
like to. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. But yeah, anyways,
it's called Wing Zone actually.
yeah, Wings Up. It's
They
called.
have buffalo wings.
Yeah, and they have.
Just to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
fair, we all
basically,
Podcast
I'd
day.
like to go there, grab a
Okay.
pint of Guinness or something,
Yeah, be
and then
visibly drinking.
Yeah. and just come back say I'm gonna go on my lunch break, and it's like okay, cool. Then come back with a pint in hand. It's kind of like, is that beer? It's kind of like, yep.
Yeah, it is.
You know you can't do that.
Are you gonna
doing it.
fire me?
It's like, do you want some? I can go back. Like, if someone's taking me on my lunch break, I can go back and grab you a pint. No problem at all. And again, just further the nonchalantness, it's just kind of
That was
like,
pretty
if someone
great.
does stop and be like, sir, can you help me? It's just like, do you want a beer?
Nah.
It's like, pretty sure that's
Trying to
illegal.
drink here.
It's like, go away.
Last day.
Yeah. Well, see, for mine, I've already decided if I'm gonna quit here, I'm not gonna give a notice because I don't need this place on my resume. But I'll just say, oh well, I moved to Myrtle Beach. The job market was so bad I couldn't find anything. So I've decided I want to quit in a way that will cause
you're leaving
the most
the States.
damage without breaking any laws.
Your one opportunity to just go balls to the wall.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to exactly, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. If I find out I can't transfer, or if that I get pushed too hard, I'm actually decided I'm going to do this. I'm going to
Yeah.
in the middle of my shift overnight, because I work by myself, overnight, and it shouldn't be that way because it gets too busy to do that. But anyways, I'm going to just clock out, leave the store, and text my manager and say, "Hey, I just quit, so I left.
Love it.
Nice.
I left the store. You might want to hurry up and get here."
I don't know when your
I'll-
shift ends,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
somewhere in the
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it ends at 7. So yeah, I'm gonna do it like 2 a.m.
Yeah, so the
2 a.m. is the ideal time to do it. Just like, yeah. And in the meantime, I will not do any work. Like, I'll let the hot dogs sit, because after they've been there for 4 hours, they start to get kind of crusty and cracked up, and
subversive
you know,
fight
so
club.
I'll just kind
Terrorism
of
stuff.
let things. Yeah, just let the place kind of fall apart in the time I'm there. I might even like just kind of hang out in the bathroom most of the time and let the customers run amok.
Yeah.
Just like I had to go.
And then
Stop
but
if
then
you go to the
once 2
bathroom.
o'clock hits, I'll. Yeah, I was having very severe bowel disruptions.
It's like I would not go in there. It
Might even
smells
leave the
like- it
bathroom a
smells-
mess, I won't lie, but it's awful. I did not make any effort to clean it. And then just text or say, "Yeah, I just quit. I don't work for you anymore. I just
Then
thought
I'll-
I'd give you the courtey of
I
saying,
am
hey, the store is
Spartacus!"
unguarded right now."
Just text them.
I don't know. I want to keep the nonchalantness to it, but I might once
You should probably
I
tell them.
once
that
I
too.
leave,
You should
I
probably
might end
actually
it with something
sue
like
or something for just leaving.
I hate. I will say, hey, I left the store and I quit. I clocked out.
Maybe.
Fair customers.
You might want to send someone up there.
Told them stealing is illegal.
Yeah,
Then
I'm not.
they'll
I'm
play
off
this
the clock.
podcast during
I'm
your
not
trial and be
employed
like,
here
"It's
anymore, so I can't.
premeditated."
Yeah. There's nothing illegal about
I'll
leaving
be
the
your-
store,
I'll be
though.
your lawyer.
Yeah.
All three of us will be your lawyer.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not.
Well, I mean, bird
mean,
law,
I'm not a
bird law
bird,
covers,
but I
yeah,
think
bird law
it'll be
covers
cool.
so much. It's so versatile.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really anything illegal about just quitting in the middle of a shift. It's not like I'm actively doing something. I'm just choosing that moment to cease my employment.
Yeah, it's their fault for not scheduling anybody else at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing. I actually tried to call out once, and I couldn't. Because I was feeling awful. My stomach was hurting. I felt like I was going to just
really
throw up. And I called out.
You're really not going to come in.
Well, I didn't even get that. I told my manager, and she just said, "You got to find someone to cover your shift."
Work
And
Yeah.
I couldn't because no one was available. So I just kind of, yeah. It's kind of like, it's kind of your job to find someone to cover my shift. Because you manage the place. I'm just saying I'm not going to be able to come in there, but I had to anyway. So I'm over this place, and I'm ready to.
Sounds like it.
I'm ready to be done with it.
Pretty adventurous.
Yeah.
How long do you going to stay there?
Yeah. Since we're planning to move in August, if I can at least stomach it till like the end of July. I mean, if I find out I can transfer, I won't go through with this. And if we just kind of end up moving before they push me too hard, I'll just, quit peacefully
Stay at your
ish.
shift,
But
yeah.
Maybe still
I mean,
send, like,
I'll
a
give
text
a
message
notice
saying,
and
"I'm
I'll show-
Groot,"
yeah,
as you
That
depart.
doesn't mean anything.
Well, it means a lot,
Yeah.
depending on the context. Yeah. Yeah.
it means
Well, to an
everything.
employer.
It literally means everything.
Or what if they're like a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan? They're kind of like, "Oh, you son of a bitch! How dare you say I am Groot to me?"
Yeah. Two different directions.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, and another problem here is that one thing I noticed working up there in both of your places is that while the managers are completely incompetent, they are workaholics. Like they're crazily into the ones at least I worked with are crazily into their
It's their
jobs, and they're,
Did you go to college,
The what?
rack up all this debt?
yeah, exactly. And I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, and here there's kind of a sense of that where they're like, this is important to them, but they're also extremely lazy. And I mean, I know you could probably call your managers lazy, but oh my god, down here it is like undescribable how just little work that they will do. My manager spends about 90% of her shift outside smoking and chatting it up with like
That's
the
important.
truck
Somebody's
delivery
gotta check
people.
truck delivery.
And then she gets mad
There's
at me for
someone
not
just
working.
like that where I work. She's a supervisor, thankfully not a manager. But yeah, like how she got that position, no one knows. But yeah, she smokes. Like she just goes. She'll be like, she doesn't even
Yeah.
say when she's going on break. Sometimes she's just like outside smoking, or she'll
Call addiction, kids.
she'll occasionally wander into like my department and just like stare at shoes and just kind of like, you need something? It's kind of like, oh no, I'm just looking.
Good job, fellow
Shouldn't you be over in your department doing actual work? Or like sometimes she'll like be helping a customer, which if I'm not in the department, that's fine. But it's like I'll get there and be like, I got it from here. She's like, no, it's fine, I got it. It's like, well, this is my department. I appreciate you taking initiating the helping of this customer, but
Yeah,
I got it. Your department is in far better.
I usually pass off customers to people.
I don't want that woman over in my department because she's terrible, and she's.
I really don't care about customer satisfaction though. So like, if someone else wanted to take a customer off my hands, I'm not gonna go, oh no, I got this.
There's maybe like an hour left and I have nothing to do.
Kill some time, maybe.
Basically, it's like, can I help you find something?
I'll actually approach him if
Because I know it'll become a whole thing that'll kill like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll approach him.
Hey,
I'll approach him
time
if
to
like
go.
we're really busy and they need people up front at the registers. I'm like, I don't want to go up there. You there? You look like you have a confused look.
Yeah,
you need help. It's like,
avoid other work.
yeah. It's kind of like, no, I'm fine. It's like, no. You
Yeah.
help. I
Place
insist.
resistance.
I hate those people.
Yeah. But again, as much as I hate dealing with people, I'd rather deal with them like in my own department where I actually know what I'm doing rather than up front and where it's this.
Well, yeah, I would rather deal with customers than management.
Yeah. That.
Where I work, because as awful as the customers are here, and believe me, it is a cesspool. I've said that word before, but it's like, yeah. This is probably the epitome of human garbage living in this area, but
Yeah.
at least the customers are just kind of done and out of the place. With the manager, like, just kind of is there, and I always feel like I'm doing something wrong or there's something else I should be doing, and usually there is. So you can't win for losing.
Like,
Yeah, it's
even if you're not
passive with
even
me.
if you're not doing anything, you don't. Even if they don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like the next week, you'll have like 4 hours, and you have they never tell you that you've done anything wrong. You just kind of maybe find out secondhand, like, oh, that's how we're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody told me.
You know, here's how my manager handles that. All right, so bike week again, working by myself. Why? But anyways, my aunt and her coworker are working the shift before me, and they tell me, oh, the men's bathroom is locked and we can't find a key to it, so we just put it as out of order. And I said, okay, that's fine. I don't have to clean it. Whatever. So morning comes around. It's been locked all night, and manager comes in, just like comes to me while I'm stocking up the cigarettes and says, "Oh, so you didn't just look at the bathrooms at all, did you?" And I'm like, one of them was locked all night. I didn't have a key. And she said,
Maybe
"No, it was unlocked and it's
just
filthy."
unlocked, I don't know.
Huh.
No, apparently
That's what it's like,
it
well,
was unlocked all night.
You
But
can do that, right?
yeah,
It's like, well, I thought it was unlocked. I thought it was locked.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
Like, I mean,
Jake,
it's happened like where I
Junie
work too, where
doing
like a
work.
manager will kind of like be like, "Hey, like this fixture looks really bad. It just needs a quick little touch up or something." It's like, well, if it's just quick, you're right there.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah. And the time, yeah, the time
Or
that
like,
they have
you know,
taken
they
to
could at least
tell
be
you
like,
that they
you
could
know,
have
I
done
would,
it.
but I got like a meeting or something like that. But instead, it's just kind of like, you can do it.
There's a vicious animal trying to eat Jordan right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right, guys. Keep going.
No, he really is like a horse.
And yeah, Junie will not do any work. She just puts she does everything she can to not work the register, but sometimes she has to. And and we're losing a lot of people, and we're also already short. But they've only done like 2 interviews.
Our core crew gets down to like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And we could probably use like 4 or 5 more people. They only ever hire maybe 2 people every 6 months, and we just keep losing people.
Yeah.
Today was just somebody's last day, and we still haven't replaced people that we lost like a year ago. It's more, and they keep adding more stuff to do. Less people, less hours, more things to do, and they're mad that we can't get it done. They're arbitrary time that corporate says we're supposed to get it done in. And they're not trying anything new to.
That's that's.
We always say. I mean, another guy always say, you gotta work smarter, not harder. Especially when you don't have enough people or the things that you.
Yeah.
Because we never seem to have like the right fixtures and stuff that we need for certain projects, and
they act as though there is any amount of
like,
mental muscle that can be put into that job that will improve it.
From passed down from one manager to another, like they should be sweating, and they shouldn't stop moving from the second they clock in. Like you're blaming this all on us, even we're set up to fail. Really?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is here. Cause like the thing here is we have 2 cash registers, and usually no more than 2 people. So if it gets really busy, there is no one to do any of the work that needs to be done, and it usually gets busy. And then especially with me there by myself, I am the only, I have no opportunity to do anything, because I just know even if I get out from behind the register and start, someone's gonna come in. Yeah. And then there's I'm gonna call her Consuela. Y'all know Consuela from Family Guy, right? Yeah, she works here. Like, not even remotely kidding. My my aunt sent me a picture of Consuela and said, "This is who you're working with." And within seconds of walking in the door that night, I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's who I'm working with."
No.
So she's real, and she works here.
Consuela no work here.
Apparently, Seth MacFarlane at one point held your job.
I guess so. I mean, she's, instead of being a Mexican, she's black.
Really?
But she's like a light-skinned black and kind of looks
It's
like that. So, like, like if she hadn't spoken to me, I would have probably assumed she was some kind of Spanish. And working with her is just the worst, because she's like she's extremely condescending for one thing. She nitpicks everything, like going behind everything I do and saying, this is what you did wrong about it, and here's why and she actually said the words, "Okay, well, you did this wrong, and now I'm going to tell you why." Like, oh my God, just fucking say, "Hey, next time do this." It doesn't have to be. It doesn't. Yeah, you don't have to be a bitch about it.
That condescending tone.
That's not how you tell someone.
Yeah.
Your last day, you tell everyone how to do their job.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's a what?
This is how you manage a gas station.
Yeah, you can.
Reverend Spaceman out.
Yeah, we need more people.
If you have an intercom
Reverend
system there to call.
Dick Spaceman, Reverend.
If it goes out, well, if it goes outside or anything.
It's we don't need one because it's a small
Dick
like,
Spaceman
place.
out.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Dick
Throw the
Space.
phone. Whatever
Drop the
it's
mic.
connected to.
I'll
Oh
drop.
well, yeah, I'll drop the scanner thing
Yeah, there we go. Mic drop.
on the ground.
I did. I
Yes,
dropped it.
it was awesome.
Did Jake just actually drop the mic?
Or I've dropped it very lightly.
Yes.
It's a Blue Yeti. It's kind of expensive.
Thank you. I do.
Thank you, audience. I figured you'd appreciate it.
They clap at weird places.
They do. Yeah. They're
Very specific weird.
it's really offbeat.
It's a lot of.
Yeah.
Very very quiet golf claps at very specific places.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, bikers are awful people. I could just go on about the traffic loop that was a thing here. I'm gonna explain what it is, but basically they took 4 roads that kind of made a square, whatever, and they blocked them off and turned them all into one way. So you know you had 8 lanes going one direction. Okay, that sounds dumb, but whatever. But the thing was, they didn't just do that. They also like barricaded certain turns on different streets, so you couldn't go like straight across on some streets. You couldn't turn left into some ways. Couldn't turn right other places. So basically, getting anywhere just became a huge convoluted mess for everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, and 3 people were shot
gotta love
and
that.
killed. Yeah,
Yeah, actually.
I mean, in biker-related incidents.
Yeah.
So,
That happened.
and then yeah, they were just shot with
So they, like,
machine guns
picture it.
mounted on the bikes.
Yeah.
So
that's
really,
what I
3
was about to
people
say.
is kind of
Like the Bat
not
Pod,
that
yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's a Dothraki wedding, because you know, if there's only like 3
Oh, and,
people, it's considered a boring occasion.
bad. 3 people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And but yeah, just being. I remember the first night of Bike Week when I tried to get to work. They were like lined up at the entrance to the store.
It's red velvet cake, but
What?
I don't think that counts.
Nah, not quite.
Red velvet cake is delicious, but it's apparently a type of chocolate. Yeah. But yeah, the bikers are the worst. Like, they will complain about the traffic that they're causing, and what they'll do is in any kind of traffic, they will drive up between cars. Like, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. And then they'll complain about getting pulled over for it, and they're like, the cops pull us over for such stupid shit. They just won't let us ride. That was a very specific impression of a customer I had that I almost
It's
strangled.
America, and you're free to strike whatever you want.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly. You talk about the freedom of the open road. How about the freedom of the open cashier counter?
Oh, yeah, you're trying to get the political thing in now, aren't you?
No. Let's not bring politics into the mix.
Here we go.
Let's not bring politics
That's
into the
my
mix.
America. You hate freedom, Jake?
But I don't like
You hate
politics.
freedom.
No, I will say, like,
I like Captain.
the only political thing I have to say about this is apparently some businesses tried to close in earlier bike weeks just to not deal with the mess, and the NAACP successfully sued them.
That's not freedom.
Yeah, that is not. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be part of this mess. Oh, well, that's racist.
What has this world become?
Okay.
A little less racist. Or worse.
So yeah, the traffic loop was a disaster. People died. Driving in general became a disaster. But on the news, they announced that Bike Week was a resounding success, and the traffic loop was a resounding success.
Regardless.
So,
3 people died.
yeah, yeah. So I'm glad that I'm getting out of here as soon as
Surprised that so many people love
possible.
that place as a destination for vacation.
Well, you don't want to live there.
That's a thing.
You can visit, like no.
No, I mean if
You
you
don't want to
if,
live. But
It's a
cool
1
to
week
visit.
stay.
if you come here. If you come here at a certain time of year, like August is a great time. You come here, early in August. You stay
That's
for
good point
a
with
week.
Narnia. 'Cause you
That's
essentially
fine.
have to go to one of the other
You don't wanna
countries
live
to see
here.
other humans to like, you
It's
want
like
you want
it's
to.
cool hanging out with Mr. Tumnus and all.
Yeah, but you eventually want like your significant other that isn't like an animal or a half animal or some kind of other creature.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
we
it
know I'm
sounds
against
an awful lot
that.
like furries.
I don't understand though.
And the Telmarines, they're kind of hostile towards the Narnians, so just don't even go to the you'd have to go one of the other neighboring
You
countries.
spend a week there, you eat your Turkish delight, and
Yeah.
you get out.
Mhm.
Yep. So yeah,
Woo!
things are pretty much awful everywhere. Our fridge broke
Sounds like it,
down,
and it'll be good to
and
have
I'm
you
ready to
back
get the hell out of
in
here.
the studio,
Yes,
aka
the headquarters.
yeah.
Yeah,
You feel USA, so,
it'll be so good to be
Yeah.
back. I will
Yay.
just
I will
stay where
bring
you're
beer
at.
salt for
yeah.
everyone.
Wondering, for those of you wondering, we did move locations from China to Canada.
Back to our home.
Yes. For the long-time viewers who were like, "What? I thought you
Yeah,
guys were in
back
China."
to
Nope,
Canada.
we're in Canada now.
Yeah, and Myrtle
I
Beach
thought it was
is on the
America.
moon.
I don't know enough about
But
that
the moon is American,
to dispute
so-
it. So yes, it is on the moon.
The Americans kept their.
I mean,
Makes
I
sense.
don't understand.
yeah,
what's
America
crazy.
owns the moon, so that's where Myrtle Beach is.
Taking everything.
Eh?
Pasty Pale Productions.
Yeah,
Canada's technically part of
Well,
America, just not
that's
the United
freedom.
States.
it's a good little plug there. If you all didn't catch what Jordan said.
I didn't.
Pasty Pale Productions, eh?
Yeah.
Hashtag Pasty Pale Productions.
Yeah.
That's, you
I-
use the social medias.
Hashtag.
Use the social mediums.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Hashtag.
Hashtag freedom.
Quit your job.
Fries,
I don't know.
Captain America.
Hashtag freedom fries Captain America.
Hashtag traffic
Hashtag
loop.
bike.
That's probably already in use. That's definitely in use.
All
Yeah, I
right.
guess we can call this an end. You can find these guys at Pasty Pale Productions or
Yeah,
Pasty
and
Pale
I've been told
Productions
our
on
podcasts
Twitter.
aren't horrible.
or
So
on
if you like
Facebook.
not horrible podcasts, check out Pasty Pale Productions.
All right.
Yes.
I, Reverend Spaceman, am a part of some of them. I'm currently in a campaign to get cast as Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage,
It's
in upcoming
Trending
Spider-Man
on
movies.
Twitter National.
Yes.
Hashtag what?
Yeah.
Hash
Make it happen, people.
hashtag Cletus Spaceman.